All right. What is up, West Virginia fans, Big 12 fans, and any fans of college football watching this just because you love college football recruiting? West Virginia has just picked up a transfer from App State, a corner that is graded out really well. We're going to dive into it, guys. Welcome to the Big 12 Football Digest. We're going to dive into the data. We're going to check out the PFF grades. We're going to do a deep dive here, get a real good idea of what App State is getting in their new transfer, Jason Chambers, a cornerback. Excited to talk about him, guys. Let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at Jason Chambers. Okay, guys, so check out the article here by WV Sport. You can see here West Virginia Mountaineers football program added Appalachian State transfer defensive back Jason Chambers, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Only spent one season with App State where he appeared in 11 games and recorded a total of 38 tackles, 2 passes defended, and an interception. Chambers confirmed to WV Sports that he joined the West Virginia football program and is going through winter workouts. And he has one season of eligibility left. And he is a guy that played a couple years. I'll kind of read this a little bit. I won't read the whole thing. But prior to that, Chambers was at North Carolina Central, where he spent 2 seasons. In 2023, Chambers was a first-team HBCU All-American. So HBCU, overall a bit of a lower level of talent. But the fact that he was the cream of the crop where he was is a great sign. And you guys are going to see this has been a trend throughout his career. He was a very high performer everywhere he was. And I'm excited to dive into the PFF grades. But again, before we get into the PFF grades, just understand he has 1 year of eligibility left. So he's coming here to make an impact for West Virginia, have one big season, and hopefully, make it to the NFL would be my guess. But let's take a look at these PFF grades next. Okay, guys, and on the screen here, we've got the PFF grades for Jason Chambers. So let's take a look here. So this was his past year at App State. You can see there's one very elite, dominant level grade against Old Dominion, 87. That's a ridiculous grade. But then one thing that stands out to me is there's very few bad grades. Like this is probably the only one I'd consider bad. The Georgia State grade. And then these other ones, the 59.1 and the 62 and the 62.2, those are like below average, like nearing bad, but not bad. And that's what you're looking for with a corner is a guy that rarely has bad days, right? Because with corners, the good days are awesome, right? You want lots of good days too, but the bad days, you want them to be few and far between. I think that's what you're getting with this kid. Take a look here too. So we'll look at these grades, guys, because he obviously graded out very well, and the grades are worth looking at. But what I always like to look at PFF is all this data over here, right? Like this is so much more valuable. Like how did they get these grades? What are his metrics? So let's take a look here. So he was targeted 31 times, and let's see how many coverage snaps. It was 248. So let's do the math there. 31 divided by 248. That's only at 12.5% of pass plays where they were targeting him. And you got to think, we take a look here, guys. What is he playing outside corner? Yeah, so he's playing outside corner, which means he's usually going up against one of the best receivers on the team. And he was only targeted 12.5% of the time, which means he is, almost taking the top receiver out of the game. That's a little less than 3 targets per game, right? That's pretty damn impressive, 12.5% of the time. And then even on that, it was a 64.5 reception percentage, but I'd still say the ability to lock your guy down to where they're not going to target him is impressive. The actual targets, the 20 of 31 is a little high, but again, that's a little nitpicky considering how well he did at locking guys down and they would just not get any targets. You could see the yards per reception was 13.2 when he did allow them, and only 62 yards of yak. So about 23% of the yards were yak yards, right? So pretty impressive there. Only allowed a total of 263 yards. You got to like that. I think he's standing out to me. I'm pretty impressed so far. And that was just this past season throughout his career. He's only been targeted, 117 times on a total of 841 snaps. Let's do the math there. 117 divided by 841. So a total of 13.9% target percentage. And what's cool about that is it got better when he got to FBS play, right? App State's not at the same level of West Virginia, but App State's still going up against FBS teams. So I think that's a really good sign if you're a fan of this guy. And basically throughout his whole career, it's almost all at outside corner. Very impressive there. And then throughout his career, as much as he was targeted a little more earlier in his career, he allowed under a 50% completion percentage. So I think that's really impressive. Stick around, guys. In a second here, I'm going to give you my final thoughts. And as always, I'm going to grade him on the transfer scale of a 1-star being a project that needs a lot of work, 2-star being an average-ish starter, 3-star being a good starter, 4-star being a great starter, 5-star being elite top of college football starter. Stick around and I'll give you guys my final grade on him here. Okay, guys, and I'm about to give you my final thoughts on Jason Chambers and give my final grade. Before I do so, though, why don't you guys go ahead and comment down below? How would you grade Jason Chambers? Again, a 1-star is a complete project, 2 stars an average starter, average-ish starter, 3 stars a good starter, 4 is a great starter, and a 5-star would be an elite top of college football level player. Also, like the video if you haven't already, guys. Just lets me know you guys appreciate the content. Subscribe to the channel. If you're a Big 12 fan, no matter what the team is, we are putting out tons of recruiting content. Go look at the content we've been putting out. If you appreciate these videos, hit the notification bell so you always know when your team gets a new recruit. We should have a video out within 24 hours, most of the time within a few hours of the announcement. Okay. So final thoughts on this guy. So Jason Chambers, I think there's a lot of good, right? A little high completion percentage, but it was on a very low target rate. I mean, 12.5% last year in FBS play. Again, it's at App State, but still very impressive. Also, I don't hate that App State, not far from West Virginia. So a good fit there, good culture fit probably. So I'm going to go with this guy. I'm going to go ahead and give him 2.5 stars. And what that means is you're getting an above average starter. I really like what we're seeing from this kid. He looked like he wasn't afraid to get his nose dirty. He had some stops in the PFF grades as well, but he's going to be an outside corner. He should be able to, at least limit most receivers, and he's got the height, 6 feet tall. I really like what we're seeing. If I'm a West Virginia fan, I feel good that we just checked the box on one of our outside corner spots. And outside corner is a tough position to fill. To get an above average starter at outside corner, especially through the transfer portal, is very impressive. And I wouldn't be surprised if this guy outplays his grade, considering he's done a good to very good job every level he's been at before this. It's just tough when you're projecting from G5 to P4. It's hard for me to project anything higher than that, but I wouldn't be shocked if he did. Again, guys, before we get out of here, let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the like button if you guys appreciate the video, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss any content moving forward. I am out of here. Go Big 12.